I want to get you back after this breaking news story developing right now in the Miami Globe area. Firefighters from 5 departments now working to stop this massive fire from spreading, and it broke out around 2:30 this morning.
Now, this is near the US 60 and Keystone Avenue, specifically on Sullivan Street, and right now we are joined by the fire chief this morning, Keith Thompson. And Chief, we want to say, first of all, thanks for your time this morning. And the biggest question everybody wants to know, first and foremost, is have there been any injuries in this? Has anyone been hurt?
Good morning. Just to clarify, this is Chief of Police Keith Thompson with the Miami Police Department. I do have one reported injury to a firefighter that was sustained during the initial attack on the fire.
So that is an injury to a firefighter. Do we know how serious or his condition at this point?
Right now it is reported as a minor injury, and he's still believed to be on scene.
We do know that this is a very busy area of town hall there, a couple of churches in the area. Can you talk about this? I mean, you could see these firefighters going defensive, still working to break this thing down, but you clearly have your work cut out for you out there.
Yes, no, it is still an active fire. We hadn't even been able to begun the investigative stage. We ended up initially getting a 911 call about 2:17 this morning relating to seeing some heavy smoke and flames from Highway 60, which is just south of where we are. The second 911 call came in reporting that there were flames from a building that is one of the buildings that they're currently working.
Now, do we know, did this start in an abandoned building, and are there other businesses where we can see other businesses and other residential areas in that immediate area there? But do we know how it started, where it started, and I guess you're trying to keep it from spreading to people and property?
Yeah, so they're actively working right now to keep this fire contained to where you see them working as we speak. We are not quite sure where it spread or how it spread at this moment, but that will come out in a future press release.
Well, we know that a lot of these buildings are historic buildings. We read that one built, I believe, in 1913, 1915. You think any of that might be playing a role in this, in its fast spread? Again, we don't want to put a lot of pressure on you. We know that this is very early in the process, but can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, most of these buildings are typically about 100 years old. So that does make a difference when firefighters are fighting these buildings, because the wood's that old, and these are a lot of antique stores as well. So yeah, to be able to get in there and fight these is very difficult.
Yeah, and we also saw early on what appeared to be some explosions coming from one of the buildings there. So that could indicate, again, we know it's early on, but could indicate that there could be some sort of materials inside, or maybe even some chemicals.
Yeah, I don't have any knowledge of any chemicals inside these buildings, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't.
Well, it's hard not to wonder the kind of impact this is going to have on that community, this being typically a busy part of town, depending on the time of day.
Yes, no, this is typically from Thursday through the weekend is usually the busiest time for us. However, it's definitely going to impact us. I know we have some events that are coming up here in town here within the next week or two. So yes, it's really going to impact the way we conduct business here in the town.
Well, Police Chief Keith Thompson, thank you for taking the time. We know it's a busy time for you. Thoughts and prayers with the firefighters who are working to tackle this thing, and we're going to keep in touch with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good morning.
You too.